As I'm speaking with you presently, Ngozi Orabueze is in a joyous mood because according to her, she was at UN recently, and the United States of Biafra, she through Ngozi Orabueze have submitted a comprehensive confidential deposition to the United Nations Special Rapporteur on torture and other cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment and punishment of citizens of United States of Biafra Christian nation. She said the USB government will continue to protect citizens and territory. That anything Nigeria is no longer welcome in the 40 state of the Biafra nation. She said what she's trying to say that the Nigeria government are in serious panic that UN and Donald Trump are finally signed off the Biafra sovereignty document, and they are saying what they are ready to send in forces if the Nigerian military refuses to do the needful. What's your take as regards this move by Ngozi Orabueze?
I think that is the right step to take, and we continue to show our solidarity that we are partaking on the referendum on every Monday, and that is why you are seeing massive sit at home, and to remind the United Nations, to remind the global world, we are still, on referendum on every Monday. So when you come to Biafraland, both South and Southeast, you are seeing massive solidarity to Biafran referendum, and that is what is happening every Monday. But the good news, breaking news, a call for celebration that Biafra is already here, is now the territorial integrity, sovereignty of Biafra document has been signed by the United Nations. Kudos to Dr. Ngozi Orabueze having secured the nod of the strongest man on earth. Donald Trump, the United States president, has ordered that those things should be made authentic and signed properly, which has given the United Nations and of course the United States of America to deploy United Nations forces in Biafra land. I imagine it is not a joke, because I think there have been series of warning, and they can see upon what we are talking about, a lot of people are still being killed. Our women are being chased from one place to another. The issue of genocide is, everywhere in Biafra land. In Enugu, you can see there's massive kidnapping of bishops
in the church.
In the church. They went to the church and kidnapped a reverend father. They still, as I'm talking to you now, there is more than 5, 10, 15 communities in Enugu state that are still in IDP camp. But you can see that the Enugu governor himself is not even talking about it, because his position as the governor of that state is still very much clear that he is representing the caliphate, in that state. And not only that, in so many states in Biafra land is under serious siege. Now that Ngozi Orabueze have secured a United Nations nod on Biafran territories, you know what I mean by territories, boundaries, both air, sea, and water and land, has been signed by the United Nations. Big victory. I tell you that Biafra is here, and it has finally, gotten into our hand. So upon what we are talking about today, do you know the significance of that? It means at the United Nations and the United States of America has the enormous power, now to deploy, United Nations security forces in Biafra land. And once it is done, it's final. And if going to happen, then it means that that is the final blow on Nigerian soil. Of course, there will be no Nigerian military, there will be no Nigerian police anymore. If by the time they have concluded in that, what it means, the good news there is that United Nations have signed that these areas, this geographical zone, this geographical location, now as a territory of sovereignty of United States of Biafra as a Christian nation has been signed by United Nations, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But what we are witnessing currently now is panic is already in Aso Rock now, because of this breaking news. But they're trying to see to like cover it up and as if nothing is actually going on, but it's a deep wound punch on the alleged integrity and siege that's happening in Biafra. There's a lot of things that these crimes these people are committing in Biafra land: unknown gunmen, extortion, raping, invasion of churches and schools, kidnapping here and there, killings and all that. All these things are taking place, courtesy. And you can see on daily basis, they are always looking at the other side of it. Well, that is what it is for the latest news coming from United Nations and, of course, United States of America. And I must say, that's a good one coming from Dr. Ngozi Orabueze.
Good one for Ngozi, because the checking point in the southeast is so enormous, and they are saying, why is it that the checking point in the southeast is just way too much than other parts in the other region in Nigeria? And at the same time, do you not think with the Nigerian military and the Nigerian federal government, hearing this move by Ngozi, do you not think this will now make them even further strengthen or get more powers around the Biafra territory?
Of course, it is more powers, but let me just tell you, what we are just waiting is just the announcement. And once the announcement is been announced, Oga, you will be surprised. At the first go, you will see over 5 million, Biafran resistance forces everywhere occupying Biafraland, both south, south, and southeast. At a go, that is why they are telling them now that it is time for exit, and that is why we are having these proofs here and there from world leaders, world institutions, world bodies, so that we become our defense at the end of the day. And that's the message very clearly. So we cannot continue, because most of them now, if you don't post them to the eastern part of the country, they believe that they are not working until they get to the eastern part of the country, and that's why you have thousands of roadblocks, and if you look at them on camera, you saw they are doing nothing apart from extortion, rape, kidnapping, and most times, if opportunity warrants, they turn to sell themselves into unknown gunmen. And look at what happened recently, where a policeman was telling somebody, that if he is not Igbo, you would have done this, and the video go viral. But look at what the federal government did. They never show us the face of the man. We never knew whether there was justice in that regard. They, deliberately covered it up. So all these things are being documented by, as evidence against the Nigerian occupation of the Biafran land, because Biafra has been recognized as a nation for self-determination, waiting official recognition from a sovereign nation. That is all we're waiting. But while we are still waiting that, waiting on that proclamation that is going to come very soon, we are busy, engaging in diplomatic ties with different countries and of the world and global institutions who are responsible for sovereignty defense, relations and treaties. So you can see that it goes beyond, just what Nigerian people think, because this is how they actually undirected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can see, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been able to achieve at this moment. So, but I know they are getting intelligence support on the moves, but unfortunately, they cannot be able to stop it again, because, the Biafran push and movement have become a motion that can never be stopped anymore. So what Donald Trump means is that to avoid continuous killing of Biafrans, and to avoid continuous genocide and invasion of churches by jihadists, who found themselves in Biafran forest, then they have made it very clearly, obtain United Nations authority, and to further deploy. You see, the deployment of United Nations forces, in Biafran land, will signal that the time has come, and that will mean that exit of Nigerian military and police in Biafran land.
Okay, but Ngozi of Orabueze have really said, let us, like the Nigeria and the Biafran government should negotiate in peace. But a lot of people have said, they don't like our approach, saying that there should be a peaceful dialogue from the UN between Biafra and Nigeria. But we saw Simon Ekpa's approach, was being aggressive towards them. A lot of people said they like Simon Ekpa's approach. Do you think that if the Nigeria government fails to do the needful, do you think that the UN forces now coming to Nigeria, do you think it's justified?
Of course, that's what if you want force, they give it force. There has been collapse of conflict resolutions between Nigeria and Biafra over the years. And opportunity we are given, like the one tendered by Mazen Namdekano, they almost killed him, where 28 people died in his house. And since that time, the Biafran government in exile was convened. And when that means, it becomes an end to whatever agreement and treaty on Nigerian Biafra war would have led us to has already been cancelled and jeopardized. The Biafran government in exile has moved beyond that angle of sitting down with Nigeria anymore. We can't sit down with Nigeria anymore. And at this point in time, Nigerians themselves want a separation. Not only the Biafrans themselves. The Hausas want to pull out. Of course, I don't know how serious the Yorubas are in that regard. But the only thing that the only nation that the world is looking at this moment now is just Biafra. If you go to Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu have made it very clearly. It is an ally of the Israeli government. And that's what, of course, that was coming from Amir. If I can remember, Ohana. Yes, Amir Ohana. They said Biafra is ally of the Israeli government. So you can see that Nigeria cannot be able to hold waters now in the diplomatic international circle because Biafra has been able to envelope everything that has to do, shut down all their diplomatic channels. And of course, they are more like representing Nigeria anywhere in the world now. So when we are looking at, within the diplomatic circle, the people we are seeing at this point in time are Biafrans. And nobody wants to talk about Nigeria anymore. No, even the Nigerians themselves, they can hardly stand up to talk about Nigeria. You can see the Biafran struggle has enveloped Nigeria diplomatically, and that is why there cannot be any kind of a resolution. There cannot be any kind of sitting on the table dialogue and anything more. Again, all we want, because this dialogue, looking at it front and back, it cannot stop the jihadist tendencies in Nigeria, and can also not stop infiltration of Hamas and Fulani herdsmen in the forest of Biafra. So the best thing they have decided at this one, with global support, is disintegration of Nigeria, to attend Israel. And Biafra happens to be the prominent nation now the world is actually looking at. They are also talking about, Biafra citizenship card. They are also talking about Biafran passport. They are also talking about Biafran identity card. All those things are there, and people are, trying to identify themselves with agencies responsible to the issuance of those citizenship requirement that makes you a citizen of Biafra officially. But so that when these things, I'm telling you, you can just wake up one day and you just notice that it has been done, and a nation has finally recognized Biafra as a sovereign nation. So that is why you are seeing that there's authenticity in that regard now. Having the United Nations backing, having the EU backing on territorial sovereignty as a nation, as an imagined sovereign nation, which means that we have come under the protection of a global body and global powers. Considering the fact that this thing we are done based on evidence tendered before the global institution like United Nations and the EU that shows very clearly that Biafrans have been murdered on daily basis because of their faith.
Okay, thank you.